Good morning. I can't believe it's a Cat 4 this morning. This thing blew up overnight. They weren't forecasting a Cat 4 till tomorrow. Why is my camera acting weird again? This computer needs a reboot. Jade, I just went live. What's going on?
Okay, real quick, Bill. I got a bad feeling about this storm coming.
Dude, it's a Cat 4 now.
I know, but if you got family around there,
Oh, I've been warning them.
tell them because I got it. This thing has just got my guts going.
Dude, this is scary, but they still say it's going to weaken, but they don't know that yet.
I know, but it's just with this whole. I got friends next door that I've given them $1,500 because they found their niece or their niece is like 20 something. She had to run to a house up in North Carolina and stayed in another person's house for 3 days ago. They just found her. She was in another person's house who was abandoned.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they just found her. They didn't know she was alive or dead. People got to her because the house, the roads and everything were gone. She couldn't get out of there.
But how is she?
Fine.
Thank God.
Stuff in the other house, but they didn't know if she was alive or dead. They found her
Yeah.
with a dog. She found a dog, somebody else's dog, and she was 5 miles out because there was no way to get there. And some ex-military guys and the family that owns the house had to come through the woods, through the other way, through not a mountain, but a hill and stuff, and found her yesterday. And he got word, it's like they found her. I'm like, thank God. But I gave him $1,500. They just took off with a bunch of supplies, and I gave them extra money to go buy supplies to take down there to a small town.
See, that's something I was telling people yesterday. You know, in these times, compassion, having a heart, caring for your neighbors, your friends, your family, this is when people need to help each other and look out, especially for the elderly or the sick. You know, you got to check in on people. You got to make sure they're okay.
Well, they had no way. There's no cell phone. What I'm doing
That's
is,
another thing over there. Yep.
this afternoon is I'm going to go buy solar panels and because I know how to work solar panels. I'm buying at Harbor Freight. I'm buying some batteries and solar panels, just enough to be able to charge up 4 cell phones at one time, 100-watt solar panels.
Yep. Yep.
And they're going to come back tonight, and they're getting another load down here. Plus, he's getting some other stuff. And when he comes back late tonight, he'll leave out tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to give him a solar panel kit, and he said that'll be a great idea. So I'm going to go spend about $300 tonight, or $300 to $400 to put together a solar panel kit to take out there for a fire department where they have a drop-off, so people can charge their phones out there.
Wow, that's a great thing that you're doing, Jade. Seriously.
Then I'm kind of tapped out after that. I can't give any
No,
more.
but my God, you're giving everything you can.
And I'm giving my mountain bike. It's only a $300 mountain bike, but I'm giving that too to take out there. I'm like, fuck it, they can have the mountain bike I got because I'm wanting to buy another one. So I'm giving that too to take out there.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean it's and I got clothes. I'm cleaning clothes right now.
Wow.
But yeah, this thing in FEMA, dude, I'm hearing horror stories about FEMA out there. I mean, I don't know what's making the news. I don't really watch the news.
You know they're always going to try to polish the image of FEMA.
I mean,
you know,
yeah. I mean,
it's
I don't know, but I'm just hearing what.
That's the thing. It's like
Me.
that's the thing. It's when you're on the ground and you're dealing with it, and you're dealing with it in real time. And nobody. It's hard. It's true because like when shit happens here, nobody knows what's really going on here. You have to be there to know what's really going on.
Yeah, well, I'm hearing it from the people.
Yeah, but you know that's what I'm saying. It's the people that are on the ground that are going through it. Anybody can say whatever they want, whatever opinion they have, but for those that are there, they know what's going on because they have to deal with it in real time. You know what I mean?
Well, he was telling me it's all the vets that are volunteering that are taking over, and the fire department, they're listening to the I'm talking not like me vets, but like special forces and ranger vets that are out there. I mean, the guys that know better than I do, the true guy are taking over, and even the fire department stuff are listening to those guys because they've been through a lot more than I have.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been through some shit, but those guys are trained a lot better than I am.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you this:
And
this hurricane that's heading toward Florida. I mean, dude, it was a Cat 1 just a few hours ago.
yeah, yeah.
It's a Cat 4 right now.
Well, they're shutting off. I was watching the thing where they're shutting off when you were streaming. I was just watching another thing where they're shutting down oil rigs.
Yes, but they're a little bit more in the northern Gulf. You know what I mean? They're up a little bit, the oil rigs. This is going east, but still, this thing is
you're not including the Mexican oil rigs.
That's right.
They're shutting down.
Yes, it's right there. It's right there.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's spooky. I'm like going,
Dude,
holy shit, this is weird.
it's 150 miles per hour right now.
Yeah.
Last night it was 90 when I went to sleep.
Yeah, it's crazy how this thing's kicking off.
Yes, and it's crazy because on the satellite imagery, it almost looks like there's another storm developing right next to it. It looks like two hurricanes.
And yesterday, in the same thing, the bald-headed guy that works with the administration says, "Oh, FEMA's out of money," and in the same interview, he went and gave $134 million to some other country south of Mexico for aid. $134 million in aid to another country, and I'm like going, wait a minute. You just said FEMA's out of money, and you just gave $134 million to another country?
Yeah, they're asking Congress to pass more funding for FEMA. And the thing is, the thing that's going to happen in Florida, this could be devastating. This could cost billions and billions of dollars in damage. I hope not.
What happened to the multi-billion? You just gave all that money to Ukraine. I mean, God help.
That's right.
Anybody in war, but I mean, really?
Our
Everybody
own
else
country.
hurt?
Yes, I agree, dude. I mean, this is about our country. I'm just going to say it comes first.
And then you tell Elon you're seizing. Elon Musk is sitting there saying he's not putting any more satellites, those satellite things, on the ground until he gets his agents out there to guard them. He's asking the sheriffs to guard his satellites because FEMA keeps taking them.
Holy.
FEMA keeps taking his satellites.
Well, they're taking the dishes, the
dish things, whatever they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
I don't understand those things.
Yeah.
FEMA and he's got them tracked. He's like, no, I got them tracked. FEMA's taking them. They're going to the
Wow.
fire departments and take them because he's giving them to the fire departments and the churches to where they can organize wherever there's big organized parties at. In order for mainly the fire departments are using them, and they're on video. You can go look. You're watching it. There's videos of it.
Wow.
And they're taking it, and it's like, what? And there's hardcore evidence. He's showing it.
It's on video. If it's captured on video, you can't deny it.
Yeah, and he's like, no. He says, I'm putting agents out there to guard them. He says, I have more on the way. I'm getting agents out there to guard them from FEMA.
Wow.
And he literally put the administration on alert. He says, I'm watching you.
Mm.
He says, he says, I will give them to you.
Just don't steal them. I mean, just ask me. I'll help, but don't take them.
Yeah, he says, you're messing up the whole system when you take them.
Yeah.
And the government built a satellite van, and it doesn't work. He says, I have technicians.
Yeah.
I'll fix that for you. Stop taking them.
Yep.
He says, you're on a different system. I will fix it for an emergency.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Simple. Just ask me.
It's like, what the fuck's going on? Why is this administration doing this shit?
And like I said, and that's what's going on now. This storm, I mean, it's going to a heavily populated area. This could
please
do
don't put politics in front of anything.
exactly.
Don't
Exactly.
do this.
Yeah.
Even
This.
Trump's kicking in his own money. Just do that.
Yeah.
Just donate money. I mean, people are doing it left and right.
And even
Read the room.
and even when you donate money, you have to make sure that the money's going to the right sources.
Well, that's why I gave it to my neighbor. He's doing that. I mean, just read the room, people.
Yeah. It's crazy,
That's
bro.
Oh, and on top of that, you got, and I hate to say this, you got hillbillies robbing people out there. I hate to say hillbillies.
Yeah, but in any situation, you know that people take
gonna have
advantage. Yeah, you're going to have that element. It's
Yeah,
not
they're-
a demographically, like specific to one group.
Yeah,
If-
I say hillbillies. I don't know what group it is, but they say you have to watch out. You got people during traffic. You got people running out in traffic, and they're robbing they're robbing trailers off the road.
like, you have
traffic
people that have really bad intentions,
Yeah.
period. So that's the scary thing. You always have to worry about
But
that.
if you got people that are out on, man, if they're not sitting on high ground, man, just wow,
Well,
watch it because
yo, Tampa Bay might get devastated with this storm coming in.
even if it stalls out, it's still gonna be some high tides.
I'm looking at the windy right now. I couldn't believe when I woke up this morning and I put the Weather Channel on just to see, and they said it's a Cat 4 now. I was like, what? Cat 4? How could that be? It was a Cat 1 last night.
Right?
What
And
the hell?
Last night, that's why when I woke up, I had sweats waking up, dreaming about stuff, and I'm like going, "Oh shit, I don't do that." I'm like going, "Fuck, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Let me call Bill when I can, because I gotta go see my. I have to see a psychiatrist."
We're live right now, so.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll let you get back to that. I'm sorry.
No, but don't get into your personal business.
Oh, well, that's all right. I don't mind. People know I'm crazy.
Well, you have PTSD from being in Iraq and all that stuff
Yeah.
too. So just like many veterans go through, where they need that assistance. So it's understandable, and people should obviously appreciate all those who have served for our country.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's stupid what I'm seeing. But yeah, my neighbor took off. He's happy to get down there. They're happy to find their aunt. He was doing a dance of joy. His whole family's happy. He took off as soon as he get down there because he didn't know where to go. When he went down there, if he was going to go down there and search, because they didn't know where to search at. Because
Thank God. But you see, that's a good happy ending. But there's, there's other people out there not so happy. You know what I mean? It's tragic and horrible, really, what's going on.
Yeah.
But this Florida thing, boy, there's millions of people in the path of this storm.
Yeah, it scares me, man. It scares me, and it scares me that politics weren't. It's like, dude, we should be anything. We need to get a civilian section for emergencies.
I will say this. DeSantis is the perfect person because he's dealt with this many times. If anybody has the background and the experience to deal with this kind of situation, he's the right governor in the right place to handle what's happening here in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's an excellent manager of these kind of things. So I'm sure he's got everything in place, all the
Plus,
assets.
They just got hit.
I know.
Florida, and people are
The
forgetting about
Panhandle.
that, too.
Yeah, Big Ben, they just got hit bad.
Yeah, and people are forgetting about that also. I mean, there's people still
Short-term
very
memory.
down there.
Short-term memory. But that's crazy because that affected more of the Panhandle area. Now this is affecting the whole rest of the state. This is a big storm.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid.
I just pray for those people. Anyway, I got a lot of family down there and friends. So I've already put out the warning to them. A lot of them went shopping yesterday. Because you know me with the weather. If I say something, you better heed the warning.
Yeah. I mean, your weather skills are,
So anyway, love you. Tell her I send my love. And let me know if you come up.
All right.
And call me listen, keep me posted. Call me if anything.
All right. I will.
All right, love you, Jade. Have a great one.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. This is horrible. Now my the camera's bugging out because I'm actually doing something with Premiere Pro, which is it's just a monster when it comes to memory and RAM and CPU. I'm doing some station work in the background. The file should be almost done, and then you're going to see the camera start working perfectly again. This thing is a monster. It takes up a lot. And I have to do it because it's a show from last night, and I don't like to fall behind. I should be bike riding right now. But when I saw this, and I'm going to get into it, I'm just waiting for this file to finish because sharing screens and everything right now with this could be an issue. It's almost done. So once it's done, I'll start. But I couldn't believe it when I woke up this morning. They didn't predict this was going to be a Cat 4 till Tuesday morning, 2 a.m. That was what the model said. It's a Cat 4 with 150 right now. And it looks, I mean, I hate to say it this way, but it looks impressive on the water vapor satellite imagery. Even the wind field, this thing is it's a monster already. And it looks like it's moving east, but southeast. It's almost like dipping down a little bit toward Yucatan. And then it's supposed to curve up toward Florida. But, and like I said, I'll get into it. I'm just waiting for this file. I need my coffee. I could always go bike riding later. It's still early. And I'll keep it local today. I might just ride the bike right outside my house or around the neighborhood and GoPro it. We'll see. I've never done that. I don't like riding on the streets because people are crazy. How do I know? I've witnessed it. And there's so many roadkill over here. Deer, all kinds of. It's horrible. Come on, thing. Finish already. Let's see where it's up to. Good morning, Witch Moon. Let's see. It says it should be done. It says remaining 0, so it's finishing up. Can't wait till this is done. Come on. See how the camera's glitching? Because of that. And I can tell just by looking at the RAM usage on Task Manager. And it's like stuck. It doesn't want to finish. And I need coffee because I didn't get much sleep. I'm just waiting. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to share the screen right now and let it just finish up. Okay. So this is where it is right now. This is the Euro model. And if we put the satellite imagery, this thing has just exploded. But look at this up here too. It almost looks like another storm developing right next to it. It's like a hybrid. It's crazy. Now, it might suck all the energy from that one into this one. But this is unbelievable. Look at it. That other one is blowing up. It's probably going to take its energy and form it into the one, but that is crazy to have two storms like that. It almost looks like there's one hurricane. That's a Cat 4. And another one is trying to develop. It looks like it's almost like two of them, but it's not. But look at that. It's blowing up. It's just blowing up. And this thing is going to get big. So it's moving slowly to the east-southeast. At least that's what it looks like. The next update comes out in an hour from NOAA. And Florida right now is getting a lot of showers and thunderstorms. Right now. Oh, it just finished. Thank God. Or did it? Oh, no, it didn't. It's doing the MP3 file now. That's quick. But right now, Florida has this system coming in. So Miami points south. Look at this. Ahead of the storm, they've got this weather coming into southern Florida. So they've got some rain. The ground's going to be saturated. It already is. But look at this. Look at this blow up. Heading into southern Florida, Miami, the Keys. And that has nothing to do with the storm. The storm is still way down here. But look at this too, though. Did it finish? Almost. Look at this. This thing is going to be big in size. This is going to be a big, wide storm. I mean, I just can't get over this one, too. And it's going to feed into its bands. It's just going to interact with it. Because they're about to collide. So it's going to get swept up. It's going to take that energy. But look at that. A convergence of these systems. Look at all that thunderstorm. Usually this indicates the development of an eye. Usually. I'm not saying that's what's happening right now. But it almost looks like it. It wants to form its own little spin rotation. And the crazy thing is, it's not moving in the right direction as far as the spin. But look at this thing. Look at how it looks. Look at how tight that looks. And the eye should definitely be...
William, here is your reminder.
Oh, Alexa,
Car
stop.
inspection.
I got a car inspection tomorrow morning. That is crazy. Now, we're not going to get that out there. Oh, yes, we will. Look at that. Look at that already. Look at this. That's solid. And look at these storms up here in this piece. This is powerful already. And you could see it's moving to the east, even dropping a little bit to the southeast. It's moving slow. Oh, good, it's done. This will help the speed. Okay, now let's look at radar Omega. And let me take myself off camera. Here comes radar Omega. Okay, so they changed it again. So they're predicting a Cat 4 out here, but then they diminish it to a Cat 3, which is still a major hurricane as it comes in. So this is what this... What's up, Charles? This is what they're predicting as it's about to make landfall. 125, 155 gusts. And still a Cat 1 near Orlando. Still a Cat 1, a hurricane when it approaches Orlando. That's unbelievable. Inland. And that's, I mean, they've had to change these models. Last night, this was a 1, 2, and then it was going to be a 3, and then a 4. It's already a 4. This was not predicted. So you can never go based on the models necessarily, because it went from a 1 to a 4 overnight. That's unbelievable. I've hardly ever seen a storm go from a Cat 1 to a 4 that fast. I'm talking literally overnight. It was a 1 here. What time was that? It doesn't have the time. That was last night. Last night it wasn't even a 2 when I went to sleep. That must have been later. It's a freaking 4. $150. Look at the pressure, 940. That's powerful. And they're expecting it to be a 4 and increasing in power. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that. That's so close to a Cat 5. See, they're predicting it's going to weaken as it comes in, which, thank God. I hope they're right. I hope they're right. Because, my God, that's scary. And look, it's forecasted to go right into Tampa. And the lines of the models and the 2 main models. But look at that. Now, being that it's on this side, if it comes south a little bit, that means the hurricane, the winds are going to be coming offshore here, which will help Tampa. But it's not going to help the places down here, because it's going to bring that water rushing, pushing right in. And I'm going to look. You don't want to be on that right side. I want to look at NOAA. They must have put the alerts up this morning. They had to have. I'll be shocked if they don't have watches and warnings by now. See, over here it says, as of this morning, it was 125. As of this morning, at 8 o'clock, it's already 150. What the heck? Yeah, the Yucatan, that they're going to get a lot of wind. So they did put it. I knew they were going to do that this morning. So yeah, major hurricane. It's just, yeah, you could see the Yucatan is going to get, wow. They're going to get hit hard. In Mexico. Let's see. So the hurricane watches are up now. And tropical storm watch to the south and to the north in the Panhandle, the Big Bend. But this will change later, or maybe even tomorrow morning, to hurricane warning, like it is here, because it's approaching the Yucatan. And the next update's out in less than an hour. So this is not good. And then you got to look at the vulnerability of these places in Florida. My God. It's scary. For a second, I thought that Google Earth froze. So Tampa Bay is worst case scenario, really. If the eye is here, the center of the storm, and it goes in, because they're on the right side, all that water gets pushed right into the bay. But regardless, whoever's going to be on that right side with all that water flushing up and in, these places here, super vulnerable. And it's a populated area. This is not... It depends where this eye comes in. But this whole area on the coastline should definitely be paying attention. anywhere from Englewood, even points north, depending on where this goes. It looks like it's trending more to the south. It's trending more to the south, but you still have to keep your guard up, even up here. So this whole area, right here, should be keeping an eye on this storm. And if you live, I mean, they might wait till the last second, but could you imagine living here exposed? And I see one bridge out, and that's probably not that high. Let's go in there. Above the water. So they'll shut that down quick. Whoa. Well, it does seem like it has some height on it. But they'll still shut it when the winds reach a certain amount. But this is... my God. I wouldn't want to be out there. Oh my God. Now imagine a Cat 4 coming toward this area with that storm surge. Can you imagine? Now I'm not saying it's coming right here, but it's going to be in this general area. For sure, because it's right near Tampa. I wouldn't want to be on any of these islands, I could tell you that. Heck no. Look at how densely populated it is. These people need to get the hell out. It's hard to see. It's hard to see it. It's all blocked up. But we can take a different view. Maybe a beach view. Yeah, we can do that. There you go. They're all vulnerable right there. And look how they're not that high above sea level. And now the tide is also a major factor when it comes in. Will it be high tide, low tide, in between? Hopefully it'll be low tide. But that is vulnerable. The whole coastline coming in from the Gulf. I mean, a Cat 4, Cat 3, that's major. So yeah, these people definitely should heed any evacuation. Because they could be trapped in there. There's another thing over there, but this is right near Tampa, south of Tampa. It is really cray-cray. Even in here, look at this. Look how packed in. How populated. So that's why this is going to affect a lot of people. I'm sure they're clearing out the military base here, MacDill, in Tampa. So yeah, that's not a good thing. With that storm coming in. But it's about, I think it's still predicted for Wednesday evening, Wednesday night to make landfall. And the next update comes out soon. And I'm sure that DeSantis has probably ordered mandatory evacuations already in certain places. That phone never rings. That's Wednesday. This is Wednesday night. Thursday morning now. Right there. So the euro still has its right near Tampa. Look at that storm surge if this model came true. Look at that storm surge. Right into the bay. And the places I was showing you, those islands, that barrier, look at it. Direct. That's not good. And because it's supposed to be, well, I don't know about supposed to be. It looks like it's going to be a big, wide storm. Even places down here. You're going to get the surge. Not as bad, but you're still going to get surge. Look at that. Somebody needs to give up on that phone. And the crazy thing, as this exits to the East Coast, look what happens. They're going to get storm surge on the other side as it exits. This could go right over Orlando. Look at that. They're on the right side. That's the wind side, remember. Orlando's right in it. They're predicting a Cat 1 here near Orlando. Still a hurricane. Inland. I'm about to take that phone apart. But look, watch as it exits. Look at the winds coming around. Daytona Beach. It's actually going right over Space Coast. Look at that. Look at that onshore flow. Storm surge. As it exits. So that's a bad scenario for the East Coast. Not as bad as what's going to potentially happen on the West Coast, but the East Coast of Florida, you need to be paying attention to storm surge too. It's not just the West. And that water is warm. So that storm is going to get that energy again from that warm water. Look how fast it's developed, intensified in over a few hours. So that's bad. And look at this size. It's affecting pretty much the entire state of Florida, except the Panhandle. But my God. Now that's the euro. Ooh, I don't like that where it's going a little to the north. All right, let's go back. This is the American. See, now the American has it going more to the north. What is going on with that phone? Look at that. It has it more to the north. Let me disconnect that phone. It's almost like somebody's doing that shit on purpose. Goodbye. That's the landline I never use. It's insane. But it has it predicting going a little bit more to the north. Still, it's going to bring in that water. Not far off, though. They're not that far off. See, the American was up here last night. It's now trending toward the euro, because it always does, because the euro's more accurate. So, let's go back. See, they're close. The two main models are close, really close now. So yes, this looks like both models are saying somewhere in here. The American and the Euro, which is what they use, NOAA. And when you watch the weather on TV, they could use either model or both, a combination of both, and they go in the middle of where both are predicting. But some will use the American, some will use the Euro, some will merge both. That's usually how they predict it. Usually. So that's not good. And that would be either Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. And like I said, I warned my family. And I'm actually going to call. What's up, Genghis? Are they forecasting for the eye to rebuild? It will, but it's supposed to go east, Charles. It's going to go out to sea. Thank God this thing is not coming up the coast. That is the one thing. I don't want it. That's the Euro, okay. Because if you see, look at the wind coming out here. It's not going to go up. There's no way. It's not going to go up. The only way it can go is east, even drop a little. It's not coming up here. It won't allow it. Now, there is a cold front. And this is why they're thinking it's going to weaken it a little bit. You see this colder air coming in? There's a cold front dropping. So they're thinking that this cold front is going to shear it. See it? This is colder air going into the system. That's why they're predicting it's going to be wind shear. And that's why they think it's going to weaken it a little bit as it comes in. Because of that cold front. Like we just had the part of the cold front coming through last night. It's chilly this morning here. We had that front come through. Weather radar. The radar might show the front. See, that's the front that we had. But that front extends. Hold on, Joey. Hold on. Somebody's messaging me. All right. So that cold front may definitely have an impact on the hurricane. It's going to be close. It's definitely going to be close. You see how it's dropping? It's coming downward. It's hard to see it. But there's a front here. It's a cold front dragging down. And that could interact and weaken the storm itself. At least that's what they're hoping. I think that's what we're all hoping. So, I don't know. Let me just So like I said, the next alert comes out soon. Satellite. You could see it. Look at that. Now the piece is still here. You can kind of make it out. You can kind of make out the front. If you put it in motion, you'll see it. But when you got clear skies like that, that means it's pushed through. I'm going to put it in. You see the cold front coming down? You could kind of make it out if you look at it. It's right here. And there's more rushing in. That's the indicator right there. As it's pushing down. And that could be what weakens the storm. It's all about timing here. You can see it. See how it's sinking? So this is the key here. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Will this interfere with this storm coming up? Because you kind of could see it too. This is drier air. Right in there. So look at this one blowing up. There's another one that's probably going to affect Mexico. There's another system out there. So yeah, this has got to be watched really carefully over the next 48 hours. There's another little disturbance down here, but we're not going to worry about that. Let's see what else is going on in the Atlantic. There's another system here, but that's probably, that ain't going this way, I could tell you that. It's going to go up. That one right there, that ain't coming this way. This. It can't go that way. It's going to go up. It's already going up. In the hurricane season, see, here's another potential system coming off of Africa. Right here. So all this has to be watched. We're not done yet. When we had Superstorm Sandy here, it was like October 28th, October 29th. It's near Halloween. It was crazy. And that was up here, Northeast, New England. Connecticut, Jersey, New York. We got hit, even up here where I live, with damage. So yeah, this is, let's go back to Radar Omega. I'm calling my family just to make sure, at least my cousin, she's paralyzed. So they definitely got to make sure that she has 2 sons. She better be prepared. You can only imagine what's going on in Florida right now as people are preparing. The madness. You got millions of people all shopping for supplies. It's a Cat 4. I just see there's that system. Red, high development. High. Tropical development chance, the one I was talking about near Mexico. See, there's that other one curving. This one's heading toward France. I think somebody said it's Kirk. Here's another system that I was pointing out, but low chance. Pretty much low, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And these alerts are going to get crazy soon. Tropical. Look at all the tropical. Hurricane watch along Florida. Tropical storm watch probably near the Keys. Storm surge watch. I haven't seen that yet. Maybe Mexico? Well, they already have it down here. The Keys. And up here too, this could be really, oh my God. I'm not exaggerating either. Yeah, this is the watches up and down Florida. The pink. Or whatever color. Look at this. All the way up and down. They're on a hurricane watch. Because the cone. Anything within the cone. But look how wide that cone is even now. 2 days out. That's that's kind of weird. They don't really know where this thing is going to go. For the cone to be that wide 2 days out, that tells you that they don't really have a good idea where this thing is going to end up going, to be honest. Because usually the cone narrows as we get closer. That is a wide cone. That goes from South Florida to North Florida. See how like the cone here, as it's going close to the Yucatan? But then it just, look at that. It just widens up big time. That's a big cone for this time. So anybody up and down needs to watch this storm. And it's coming in, they're predicting as a Cat 3. 125 mile sustained, 155 gusts. That is not a joke. So and I'm going to look to see. That's my radar thing. That's that thing spinning around in Miami. See it? So that's the one out of Miami. A lot of the rain is offshore, but they're going to be dealing with rain too before the storm even hits. And look, what did I talk about the front? Look where the front is. Just as I was saying, where's the front? See it? That front. Just as I was talking about it. Right here. Here's your front. Right there. And they're hoping that this will interact and weaken colder air, drier air, and it'll weaken this. That's why you see this prediction, by the way, for it to go down, downgrading, because of that front. At least that's what they're predicting. Timing is everything here with that front and the interaction with the actual hurricane. You could see it. You could see the front right there. And that's cooler, drier air. So there's a lot of things here to watch, how this comes together. It's going to be close. And that's why they're predicting a downgrade, that it's going to weaken. That's not etched in stone. It really depends on that. Now, if that storm were to pick up speed, game on. That changes everything. Right now, it's not moving fast. 5-6 miles per hour. That's slow. Let's see. East, southeast. It doesn't say. It's powerful. 940 millibars. That's powerful. That was at 9:05 Eastern. So that's not too long ago. 90 minutes ago. That's sustained winds at 150. That means gusts maybe 175, 180. And it's predicted to stay a full all the way up to here. Look at that. Sustained winds 145, gusts to 175. That's the model. That is crazy. Imagine something like that hitting Florida. That is scary stuff. And remember, it's heavily populated. I'm calling my cousin in Florida. She's in Orlando, though. But she's paralyzed. She's probably up.
What's up?
I hope you got everything you need, I hope, right?
Yeah, everything, yep.
Because they're saying now it's still going to be a Cat 1 hurricane as it approaches Orlando.
I
Oh, what are they saying locally on TV? What are they saying?
A lot. That guy's, not for nothing, but he's been on TV like 24/7.
He has to be. He has to. I'm live, by the way, so on my YouTube, so people could hear you. This is my cousin Sandy in Florida. She's in what? You're near Winter Park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's near Winter Park. But that's one thing. Florida's, they've had unfortunately a lot of experience dealing with these type of storms.
A lot of them, they've been getting ready since yesterday, I tell you.
Yeah. Have they said anything on your TV about evacuations?
Oh, yeah. But, voluntarily.
Yeah. Voluntarily, but that might change as this thing gets closer to mandatory.
Yeah.
It's still 48, like not even 48, maybe 60 hours out.
Yeah.
So there's still time.
To get it by Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. Wednesday night. But you'll feel the effects before that. You will start feeling the effects Wednesday morning.
It's been raining since yesterday. We haven't had rain in ages. So that's good in a way, that we've gotten that much rain.
Yeah, but you're going to get a lot of rain out of this too.
I know that's what, yeah. They say a lot of rain.
Oh boy. So as long as, thank God, you got everything you need.
Yeah, and they're giving away, sandbags yesterday, but of course they haven't gotten it here.
Yeah, but they're more concerned with the coastal areas from the storm surge.
Yeah.
Because that's the area that's really vulnerable.
Yeah. And there's, a lot of blocks around here.
You're inland, you know what I mean? You're inland. You're sheltered a little bit.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people get floods.
Oh, yeah.
Even around here, you get a lot of freaking floods.
I can imagine the pond that was in the back of my house and what would happen now with that pond with all this rain and getting flooded. I know they're going to get flooded. Because you know how everything's connected with the canals, too.
Oh, yeah.
All that water. It's going to... Oh, my God.
Lakes here, everything.
A lot. It's all lakes. It's all...
Lake.
Yeah. It's crazy over there.
Yeah.
So, as long as you're okay and you got everything, just like you prepared, batteries, flashlights, all that stuff, food,
Everything.
water,
Yeah.
medication, all that.
Yep.
Because Florida also has a great law that people can get their medications early in the event of a situation like this.
Oh.
You don't have to wait till you get the refill. You can get them earlier because of the storm, because people may not be able to get out for days if power goes out. So that's a great thing that you're able to pick up your medication before the refills are up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're kind of low on your medication at all,
No, I'm not low at all.
all right, so then you're okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep you posted.
All right, thanks.
All right, see you later.
All right,
Bye. So obviously they're preparing. I can only imagine. The new update's out in a few minutes. You can only imagine what it's going on locally. So that's it right there. See, it's starting to take the energy from this a little bit. That could wobble it. That could disrupt it a little. But it's starting to take the energy from that area. Look at this. See, it's sucking it into, that's going to make this storm wider. It's going to take that piece. The only thing, too, is land interaction with the Yucatan. That could disrupt it. Unless it starts to curve more to the northeast. But look how it's taking that energy from that other piece. Look at that. It's merging it. But it's going to disrupt the hurricane as it's taking on that energy piece up there. Look at all those thunderstorms in that piece up here. And the hurricane's down in the corner. So it's taking this piece of energy into it. Look at this little one popping up down here. And all that energy, look at it. Look at this exploding. Look at these bands around it exploding on the sides. Look at that. You can see how the storm is expanding. Wow. You can't really see the eye, but see all that thunderstorms around the eye wall? That's strengthening. When you see the thunderstorms around the eye, it's intensifying like that. That's not a good sign. When you see that around the eye wall, all those storms, that's intensification around the eye wall. That's not good. That's intensification. That's an indicator of intensification. So, it still has a way to go. A lot can happen. But look at these storms heading into Miami, the Keys. Look at this stuff. Before it even comes, look at this going into Miami, southern Florida. Look at this. These blow up of storms. Look at that. Look at this one on the bottom just exploding. This one. Look at that. Now that should not affect any land. It looks like it's going to drift to the southeast downward. But still, that looks like it's going to affect Cuba, these storms. But they've got to deal with this coming in. Look how this one's blowing up. Look at this one. Heading right into southern Florida. So they're going to have rain ahead of this system. It's incredible how even where the storm is, look at the flow coming in. Now that could be the drier air. That could be the savior. That could be the savior right there. That colder air coming in. And shred it. Wind shear. You could see it. It's on the top of the screen. See how it's coming down? That's colder air. It's going to be interesting how this interacts with this as it comes in. We need this cold front to come down to really weaken it. At least that's my take on it. I'm getting weather alerts on the phone. Weather Channel. But up here, we had a little rain overnight. That's why I didn't go bike riding, because it's wet out there. But this pushed through last night. There's still some more clouds coming down, but it's just cooler air coming down to us up here in the north. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 64 degrees Fahrenheit.
So this is that cooler air coming in now. Could be in the 40s tonight because of this. But remember, this same cold front is here. Right there. How far down south does it push? That's the key. Because it's right there. And that's dry air. Cooler air. Hurricanes do not like that. So that's what I'm hoping for. Let's check NOAA. It's coming out soon. Not yet. Any minute, this is going to get updated. Any minute. Let me see if I can pull up some articles in the meantime. Florida. Okay. Hurricane Milton. Florida. I'm going to put evacuations. Let's see. Evacuations. They have to be some. Today. So they see that's why, and I agree with what DeSantis said. There's still uncertainty to see where exactly this thing is going. It's still a wide cone. 51 of Florida's 67 counties are under a state of emergency. So it's almost the entire state. That's incredible. Remember, the Panhandle doesn't look like it's going to get affected, so think of that. But think of the rest of the state of Florida. Okay, significant, and this is from Florida itself. This is from Jacksonville.com, the Florida Times Union. Oh my God, stop it. Significant number of people expected to evacuate. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says there's still much uncertainty about Hurricane Milton, but the state is preparing to open highway shoulders for mass evacuations to come. And this is a quote from Governor DeSantis. Once those orders come down from all the counties, I think it's going to be a significant number of people. And that's what he said. That's what a quote from DeSantis. Okay, now they have a map here. Evacuation zone maps. Let's look at it. Should I evacuate? Zone. I wish there was a map. Know your zone map. Let's see if it opens up. I think so. Oh my God. Zone A, red, Tampa. Wow. It's Tampa. I've been saying it. It's Tampa. Zone A. And this other one here. Look at that. Zone A is most vulnerable, most likely to be evacuated first. Obviously, it goes down So these areas are going to, the red, obviously. And this is saying tropical storm surge in here. But the red, look at McDill. I was saying that. So this is just a general map of areas that are flood prone for storm surge. It's not saying that this is where it's going to happen. But Tampa's so vulnerable. And this storm is making a beeline toward Tampa so far. So you can expect sometime today or tomorrow, when they have a better idea where this storm is coming in, that's when DeSantis will start planning evacuations. There are 3 million people in the Tampa Bay area. Think of that. 3 million, I think. Population of Tampa area, Florida. Let's see. $3 million, just over 3 million people live in that one densely populated area. So that's a lot of people. Oh my God, what is going on with my phone? What is all these notifications? I'm checking. This is what's going on in the Middle East. Wow. I'm seeing if there's anything going on because there's a lot of notifications coming in through there. Okay, nothing on that one. Oh shit. This just happened. Sirens sound in central Israel amid apparent ballistic missile attack from Yemen. That just happened. That's why all these alerts are coming in. That's why I'm getting all these alerts. Here it is. An IDF spokesman. Following the alerts that were activated in the center of the country, a surface-to-surface missile launch from Yemen was detected. The details are under investigation. That's why, oh my God, look at all those alerts going on right now. That just came out in central Israel. Holy Christ. Look at this. Right now, it's happening. On the alert. Look at this. Right now. Today's October 7th. It's a lot going on. That's why I'm getting all these alerts. They're all sharing it. So there's a lot going on. While this is going on. Okay, this alert, this should be updated soon. Oh, not yet. Let's refresh. It's got to be coming out any second. Still not yet. 5 minutes. There's a lot going on. I'm going to have that ready just in case they put out any video where I don't steal and get in trouble. So it says here, just now, that's the latest alert. The IDF said, following the sirens that sounded in a number of areas in central Israel, the surface-to-surface missile fired from Yemen was successfully intercepted by the IAF, the Israeli Air Force. That was the latest notification we heard. So things are happening right now. And I can't read some of the other propaganda. I won't do that. Coming from the other side, claiming that this is happening. And it's been hit. They exaggerate so much. So I won't be irresponsible to read what they're saying. It's out of control, actually. Come on, update already. Let me just look at more articles. Okay. So it's floridadisaster.org. If you live in Florida, you should definitely pay it. That's the Division of Emergency Management. You should definitely check out that page. floridadisaster.org. I'm actually going to bookmark it for my family there. Keep an eye on this. Well, these alerts are coming in like crazy. What's the latest? Okay, they're just repeating what I just said about the interception. Obviously, they closed schools. Let me see what else. I can't share videos. I'm going to just read it. The Weather Channel is saying the same thing. Mass evacuations are possible in Florida ahead of the storm. Worst is from the Weather Channel 15 minutes ago. Worst surge will be south of the storm, of course. That's what I was saying. Where the center crosses the coast is going to be critical for who sees the most damaging surge. The worst case scenario for Tampa is if Milton makes landfall near the north of the area. That's what I said. Especially if this happens closer to high tide, Thursday morning. Another factor in play is the size of the storm. While Milton won't be as large as Helene, the storm will get bigger before it approaches Florida, so the breadth of the impacts will spread out. St. Pete Clearwater Airport is closing, and here we go. Evacuations began 10 o'clock this morning. Sarasota County, levels A and B. That map that we've seen. Manatee County, evacuation started at noon today on Anna Maria Island in Manatee County on the south side of Tampa Bay, as other areas of the county in Zone A and those in mobile homes. Even as far down as Fort Myers. Pinellas County has issued a voluntary evacuation for anybody in A, B, and C zones. And the airlines should be doing that. They're waiving any change fees for traveling, which is the right thing to do. It's still not updated. I'm just waiting. Here it is. Just came in. So it sustained winds at 135, gusts to 155. It's moving east southeast at 9 miles per hour. It's picking up a little speed now. It was slower earlier. And the pressure dropped more from 940 to 933. That's a powerful storm. The millibars dropped. The Yucatan, definitely. I was saying that earlier. Dangerous hurricane force winds are expected across northern coast of Yucatan. There's an increasing risk of life-threatening storm surge and damaging wind for portions of the west coast of the Florida Peninsula beginning Tuesday night and early Wednesday. Storm surge and hurricane watches are now in effect for portions of the west coast of Florida. Okay, then they put the surge. Now, that wasn't there earlier. Okay, they just got the warnings up and down. It'll get more into detail. Oh my God. Look at that. 8 to 12 feet for Tampa. Storm surge. 5 to 10 even down south here. 4 to 7 all the way down here. My God. Look at the numbers. Let me make this bigger. And I was just talking about Englewood, Tampa Bay. Look at these numbers. And that's also, again, high tide. Somewhere is in the indicated areas if the peak surge occurs at the time of high tide. That's key. But look at those numbers. And that's now. That'll be upgraded or downgraded depending on the movement of the storm. But already, that's 11 o'clock. That was just now. 11 Eastern. I've been saying it. Because they're predicting that thing to come just north of Tampa. So far. Thursday morning. Right there. Thursday morning. Look at that. That's why they're saying Tampa Bay and down towards Sarasota. But even as far down as Englewood, this whole area. What was that Anna Maria Island that they already evacuated? I don't know. I could look it up. Was it Anna Maria? I think it was Anna Maria Island. Let me look. Anna Maria Island. Florida. Am I on it? I guess I was right on it, no? Let me try it again. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell is that about? Oh, there it is. It was that piece I was looking at. So this is being evacuated. Makes sense. Look at the wind direction. Look at where the water is predicted to come right over it. So they've evacuated this. They're starting to evacuate this area. I mean, that's like so vulnerable. That piece sticking out like that makes sense. Let's look at it. Let's take a closer look at this, what this looks like. I don't know why it's doing that lately. It's this one piece that it has it messed up like that, and it happens to be this place here. Everywhere else I can zoom in, except this stupid little piece. But that's it right there. And that base, they got to be evacuating the base. McDill. So yeah, that's not good. Not good. So pretty much we just got to sit back and see the next 24 to 48 hours, see how this develops. There's a lot of stuff developing. Look at the size of that thing. Let me look at the latest loop. I'm going to put this in motion just to see the movement. Oh, the eye is starting. You could start to see the eye now. A little bit more. Look at all those thunderstorms around the eye. This thing is still picking up strength. Look at that eye wall. And I knew it. It was going to take the energy from this piece. It's merging with it. It's crazy. Which could disrupt it a little bit. We're getting our first hints of seeing the visibility. On radar, it'll come up. Right there. Look at all the thunderstorms around the eye wall. So yeah, it's intensifying. And here's the Yucatan. This is what they're saying, dangerous for here. The north coast of the Yucatan. As it brushes it. But that is a big storm. Look at all that rain heading into South Florida. And the Keys, possibly. Definitely Key West. We're going to get some storms. But see this? That's key. This could shred it. See how most of the action is happening to the south of this? And this is what they think could shred it. Look at this. You don't see many storms developing up here, right? It's all to the south of that. The cold front is right to the north. This is drier air here. See it? That's why they think it's going to weaken. But what if the storm decides to trend more to the south, like near Sarasota? This may not be as big of an influence then. So that's why this is going to be close. If this storm heads more to the south, it could be a Cat 4. It's a big if. If it decides to go further to the south, to like Sarasota or Englewood, it's going to be close. Because then it won't interact too much with the shredding, the wind shear. Let's call it wind shear. Up here near Tampa, because it's up here. This will weaken it a little. But if it decides to go a little further to the south, we have to see when this thing makes its turn. That's going to determine where it's going to come in. It would be good news for Tampa, but it'd be really bad news for the people down south. So it's all about when this thing decides to make that more northeasterly turn to the northeast. When this thing decides to make that turn. And head up. That's gonna be the whole thing right there. Let me look at Radar Omega for the track. I want to see if they shifted it. It's still right there, a Cat 3, right in Tampa. But see how they're forecasting it? Oh my God, that's new. Excuse my language, a Cat 5. Oh, that's new. They're predicting to become a Cat 5. Oh my God. These numbers just keep going up. They're not going down. They keep going up. So what I'm scared and worried about is if this thing doesn't take this quick northeasterly track, what if it trends more like this? Look at this. A Cat 5 they're predicting. That's scary. Hi, Candace. That is downright scary. I don't know if this is... What? I don't know who's calling your phone. They woke her up. She's not happy. But look at that. They're predicting a Cat 5. That's changed. That was 4s. Now they got Cat 5. Look at that. Think about the Yucatan Peninsula. It's 11:15. Holy, but see, that turn is the key. The turn is the key. When does it start to bend and how sharp does it bend on the turn? Because remember, look at the cone of uncertainty. Right here. and all the way up there. That's a big cone still. But if this thing goes this way and here, it's a stronger hurricane. If it goes more to the north, it's a weaker hurricane because of the wind shear. The temperature is not a problem in this water. It's 86. It's warm ocean temperatures here, or Gulf, not necessarily ocean, Gulf temperatures. But they're predicting this thing is going to become a Cat 5. That's new. I want to check something. Then I'm going to get off for a little bit because I think I might go bike riding quick. Well, I still can. This wasn't working yesterday. And it's not working now. It stinks. It's glitching. Too bad. It's not working. And it says here that it does have errors from time to time. Oh, that's why. It says it right there. So this is what I look at. Due to Hurricane Helene's impacts in Asheville, NOAA's coastal water temperature guide will not function properly until further notice. So that's why it's not working. Because usually you could click on an area and it tells you the temperatures of that water. And they update it like every half hour. And they use satellites. And buoys. It says it here. Displayed are water temperatures from buoys and tide gauge stations near U.S. coastal waters. So I checked this a few days ago. This water is 87, 86, not 85. Even some places like where the storm developed, 88. This is really warm water. So it's got the juice. It's all about that wind shear. That's what it's about. And usually hurricanes, they hit a Cat 5, they don't usually maintain that. They start to diminish. They go through that. So, but this thing is a beast. And it's getting bigger. See, these are the bubbles of the radar. You see those lines? That is psycho. And all you gotta do is look for the thunderstorms and you know where the eye wall is. And the eye wall is starting to get noticeable. It's there. Look how it sucked the energy from this. So yeah, we're just going to have to all keep an eye on this moving forward. By tomorrow evening, then we're really going to know. Another 24 hours. Still not even at the Yucatan. Still got a ways to go. But that's scary. And look at these systems developing off of Florida. These pop-up, look at this. So it looks like the Keys and definitely South Florida is going to get some rain ahead of it. Look at that blowing up. Look at that. Looks like it's moving east-southeast. It's coming downward. See, it's moving like this. So Miami. So that's ahead of the storm. They're going to have rain. But there it is. That is crazy. But see how this is interacting. See this? This is the key. This drier air. That's the key. It's the key. Anyway. That's about it. Now I'm going to take a break. So a lot to do on my end. So for those in Florida, including my family who may be watching, this is serious. Take it serious. Potentially this could be really bad. Maybe it weakens. It would be nice if it weakened to a Cat 2. Right now it looks like a Cat 3. It all depends on that movement and that front. I just can't believe they upgraded it to a Cat 5. Or it will be this afternoon that they're predicting it's going to be a Cat 5. It overnight went from 1 to 4. Overnight. It went from a Cat 1 to a 4. That's how fast this thing developed. Intensified. That's unbelievable. That's not common. It happens. Katrina is, there are examples of that happening. Just rapid intensification. But I went to bed at 2 o'clock last night. It was a Cat 1. I wake up this morning. 6-7 hours later, it's a Cat 4. It went from a 1 to 4 in a few hours. They didn't predict that. That's scary. So don't take this storm lightly. Anyway, to anybody watching, it is crazy. It's a crazy thing, Candace. My cousin told me that when her sons went shopping yesterday, the Walmart was packed and there was no more water. Everything, you know how that goes. Things disappear off the shelves. Okay, what is this? This just came in. I don't know what the hell that is. Now it disappeared. I think it was an email about the storm. Oh my God, these messages are driving me nuts. Okay, it wasn't that. It's all coming from the Middle East. That's what it is. Oh my God. check. All these things coming in now from the Middle East. All those alerts, that's what's coming in, like different news feeds. That's old news. Let me see what this one's saying. I can't confirm that. So it looks like Israel's hitting Tyre, Lebanon now. Or it happened earlier. I won't even read that because that's a lie. It's amazing how they put out such crazy propaganda. And it's Hezbollah. They put out some crazy propaganda on their thing saying, we just hit this, we just did this, and it's bullshit. Oh my God. Now, I don't know if this is true. And I don't know what this claim is, but it's a video showing a paraglider coming down. I highly doubt it's one paraglider. But it says paragliders seen. So this is the kind of stuff that you see coming in. But this is a totally different topic, so I'm not going to get into it. But this is the kind of stuff that's coming in. This is the kind of stuff that comes in. It's like, give me a break. Like, this is one from... So I'm not going to read these because I can't verify them. Got to fact check them. Can't verify anything that comes out on here, which I'm not going to do. So somebody just messaged me, I don't know if it's true, that Putin called back all Russians from Israel. I don't know if that's true. That's just what somebody just told me. So there's some stuff going on. It would be Russia evacuates citizens from Israel. It's possible. It's saying not from Israel, but from Lebanon. Not Israel. Lebanon. They're evacuating their people from Lebanon, not Israel. It's all over the place. So I just checked that out now. It's all over the place. And the flights are leaving out of Beirut. Family members of Russian diplomats, the emergency minister said. So there's so much going on over there. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm focused more on the storm. So everybody, be well, be blessed, be safe. Enjoy your Monday and pray for the people all throughout the Southeast, the multiple states, Helene, now Milton. So praise to all those people. So we'll keep an eye on this moving forward. Anyway, Candace, if you're still there, anybody, Genghis, Charles, Witch Moon, all of you, have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go take a break for a little while.